Greetings, everyone. It's DVD collection update time. Welcome back. For those of you who are wondering what this is a little orange bag from Lyle's Place, which is a local used CD and video store. And inside it is basically just assorted connectors and wires and stuff that I use for my audio and video equipment. I keep it over here or in the general vicinity of there because I tend to use connectors from that bag an awful lot. So it's my random connectors bag. But that's not why you came, is it? You wanted to see the new DVDs. Okay, well, we're actually going to start here with Annetta's collection because I realized after I did the DVD collection saga, the 11-part overview, that some of Annetta's DVDs were missing in action. I didn't know where they were. For example, the rest of the Harry Potter ones. And it turns out, we were just doing some more unpacking and organizing this past week. It turns out they were still packed. So we found them, and here they are. So, of course, we have the first 4 Harry Potter movies. Naturally, the special editions with all the extras. Chamber of Secrets. Oh yeah, you'll notice it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Philosopher's Stone, not Sorcerer's Stone. Why did they rename it for the American version? Why? It's Philosopher's Stone in the book. It's Philosopher's Stone everywhere else in the world. Do people in the U.S. not know what a philosopher is? I have no idea. Like, enlighten me if you have some idea. And, of course, Chamber of Secrets, which I just showed you. The Prisoner of Azkaban. And, finally, the Goblet of Fire. Whoops. Yeah, the cases seem to have got cheaper and cheaper as the series has gone on. Like, previously they had these cool slip cases, and then... Anyway. And then, of course, one of Annetta's all-time favorite movies, Amelie. Which I have to confess, I'm pretty fond of this one, too. I think it's a really, just strikingly original movie, and immensely entertaining. And we love foreign films. And interestingly enough, did you know... The guy who directed Amelie is the same guy who directed Alien Resurrection. Yes, the 4th Alien film. And in fact, you'll notice some of the same cast members in Alien Resurrection. He has sort of his stable of players. And then we have Almost Famous Untitled, the director's edition. This is really cool. It's got both versions of the movie, theatrical version and extended director's cut, which... if you're a fan of the movie, you'll probably agree the extended version is the only one to watch. And a CD of songs by Stillwater, the band from the movie. So really good. If you like Almost Famous, this is definitely the one to pick up. So that's it for Annetta's old stuff. Annetta picked up some new stuff recently. She got the Kenneth Branagh version of Hamlet, which many people will tell you, and I tend to agree, is basically the definitive film adaptation of Hamlet. It's Anne Rice's favorite, apparently. And we got The 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat, which we actually just watched last night. I'd seen it a long time ago and couldn't remember any of it. And now I realize why I couldn't remember any of it, because, quite frankly, it's nowhere near as good as the first one. Ralph Bakshi actually had nothing to do with the second one. I didn't know that until after we bought it. And then we got The Wedding Singer. Must confess also, I'm not a big Adam Sandler fan. But enjoyed parts of this one. Like, I enjoyed all the sort of 80's references, because, you know, I'm an 80's kid. And then finally, speaking of Ralph Bakshi, we got what many consider to be his all-time greatest film, American Pop, which is basically a sort of overview / tribute to music of the 60s and 70s. Great stuff. We actually still haven't watched it yet, but we'll be watching that... I don't know, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Soon, though, because we're both dying to see it. And then myself got lots of new stuff. Actually, before I do that, Rosie got a couple new DVDs, too. A new Baby Einstein one, Baby Bach. She loves the classical music ones. And Strawberry Shortcake. Now, as an 80s kid, this one's actually kind of cool because this is the original 80s strawberry shortcake, not the new reimagined version. This is the hardcore, serious, take no crap strawberry shortcake. This is where it's at. Oh yeah, there's villains and there's heartache and it's just really intense and it's the darker, edgier strawberry shortcake. Yeah, anyway. Not that I'm a huge strawberry shortcake fan, but honestly, if it was a choice between the two, I would pick the old one. Hands down. It's so much better and less watered down than the new one. Okay, now for my new stuff. How are we for time here? 51 minutes, okay. So just looking at the running time on my tape. Now, I hadn't seen either version, but I knew that this version was out and figured, well, if I'm going to see it, I'll see this version, because it's quite a bit different, apparently. The extended edition of the Fantastic Four. And it actually does contain the theatrical version as well. It uses seamless branching, as they call it. So I haven't watched the theatrical version, but I did watch the extended version. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings on this one. But having only seen the extended edition, I don't really get what the problem is. I thought it was okay. I thought Michael Chiklis was fantastic as Thing. I thought Chris Evans was great as, cocky, womanizing Human Torch. Jessica Alba is Jessica Alba. And this guy, whose name I can't remember or pronounce, I thought was fine as sort of a geeky Reed Richards guy. So yeah, I didn't have a big problem with Fantastic Four. The only complaint I might have about it is I thought it took a little too long for Doctor Doom to become Doctor Doom. It would have been nice if that had happened a little earlier in the movie and not like only during the last 10 minutes. But yeah, overall, I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. So, whatever. This was actually the first college comedy I ever saw, and one of Val Kilmer's earliest movies, Real Genius. Really good 80s comedy, one of my favorites. Now we got, sorry to call this my little cult films editions. Got the special DVD edition of The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. Now, I've always been a fan of Peter Weller because I loved the first Robocop movie. It's like one of my all-time favorite sci-fi movies. And I remembered seeing this a long time ago and didn't really get it or appreciate it. Now, in my older, wiser years, I can actually understand why a lot of people enjoy this. It's good, wholesome, cheesy fun. And John Lithgow, as the main villain, is just hilarious. And then we got a Terry Gilliam classic, 12 Monkeys, with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. I still haven't seen this. Can you believe that? After all this time, I've never seen 12 Monkeys. So we're probably going to watch either this or American Pop tonight. My money's on this one because I'm really dying to see it. Then a couple of Bruce Campbell films. Bruce Campbell, of course, the king of the B-movie world. Most people will know him probably from Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness. So I got Alien Apocalypse. And The Man with the Screaming Brain. Got both of these in the 2 for $10 bin at Walmart. Not too shabby. Now we get to the real pride and joy additions to my collection. Let me see how I am for time here. I'm okay for time if I go through these quickly. Okay, so first off, we got Alien Nation, the movie collection. Now this set contains all 5 of the TV movies that were done after the series was canceled. This, of course, being the series, which I've had for a while and you've seen before. So basically, if you want the complete series, you need to get this as well. If you want the whole saga of Alien Nation, you got to get the movie. This is basically Chapter 1. You got to get the TV series. This is Chapter 2. And then you want to get Alien Nation, the Ultimate Movie Collection, which is all the TV movies. Chapter 3, concluding the saga. Because the series actually ended on a killer cliffhanger. And it was about 5 years, and then it got canceled. So then it was about 5 years later. Fans were delighted to learn that there was a series of TV movies coming out. The first of which resolved the series-ending cliffhanger. So great stuff. If you're just looking for a really good, really unique and different sci-fi series, which has a really good ongoing message about racism, actually, and prejudice, which I really thought was good. and a good solid message that was well conveyed. I highly recommend the Alien Nation series. I thought it was just brilliant stuff. Yeah, then how are we doing? Yeah, okay, and then I got some 80s cartoons, because I noticed my 80s cartoon collection is a little thinner than I wanted, and there was a lot of good stuff coming out that I really wanted to get. Now here's the problem. All these titles that I'm about to show you, I couldn't find anywhere locally. Nowhere. And the first one, the Drac Pack, is a Canadian release. I'm in Canada. So for all those haters out there calling me a stupid American, I'm in Canada. Look at the Canadian flag on my profile, you morons. Yeah, it's a Canadian release. None of the local retailers had it. I had to order it from an eBay dealer in Toronto. So anyway, great stuff. It was basically the story of the descendants of the Frankenstein monster, Dracula, and the Wolfman, led by Dracula, known as Big D, wanting to, clean up the image of their forefathers and, by fighting crime. Very funny series, very tongue-in-cheek, lots of just groaner puns, and tons of fun. It was great because I actually watched this when it was originally on, and I didn't realize how old it actually was. This was originally on in 1980, and I literally had not seen it since 1980, which would have made me 8 years old. So I've been thoroughly enjoying being 8 years old again, finally seeing this again after my entire life. I'll wait for time here. Yeah, okay. Now this is one I've been waiting for a proper DVD release for a very, very long time. Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Now the entire series is 65 episodes. This is the first of 2 sets. The second set has not been announced yet. So this set contains the first 33 episodes. Now I just want to say, really quickly, this is being put out by Shout Factory. You can see the logo there. Now, Shout Factory is a fairly small company, and they've been really awesome in that they've been getting the rights to a lot of old, obscure 80s cartoons and putting them out on DVD. Like, pulling a lot of strings to get get these put together. But, because they're a small company, they're very sales conscious. So that's why I have to tell you, if you're a fan of this show, go out and buy the DVDs like yesterday. Seriously. Because if this set does not sell well enough, they're not going to release the other half of the series. It's already happened with COPS, Central Organization of Police Specialists, not the Fox series, the animated series, and Inspector Gadget, of all things. Can you believe Inspector Gadget didn't sell well? Both of those shows, put out by Shout Factory, had single sets of the first 22 episodes of each series. Neither of them met their sales goals, so no more episodes were released on DVD. Which is frustrating for those of us who are fans of both of those shows. I don't want to see the same thing happen with Jace. We've waited so long to see a proper DVD release of this, so if you're a fan of the show, I urge you, go out and buy it. Buy 2 copies, buy 3 copies, give some away as gifts, whatever. Show them that you love it and you appreciate their efforts, and encourage them to put out the second set. End of spiel. Another one I've been waiting for a long time, also from Shout Factory. Thank God it was a short series, so they were able to cram it all into one set. Sonic the Hedgehog, the complete series. Now this is known by the fans, or referred to by the fans as Sonic Sat AM. Because when this came out in 1993, there was actually 2 Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons at the same time. There was this one, which was aired on Saturday mornings, and there was a daily Monday to Friday show called Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was geared more towards little kids and had more like the cheesy humor and stuff. This one, however, had a continuing storyline, was a much darker tone, and was just really, really good. I remember being like totally gripped when this was originally on, and I wouldn't miss it every week. But then I never saw the second season. I didn't even know there was a second season. So for the longest time, I've only had this in my collection as a crappy bootleg of episodes I managed to download off the internet from a variety of sources. So it's great to finally have the series complete in the correct order and in nice quality. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, complete series, awesome stuff. Another thing that's really cool about it is the DVDs. All the artwork on the DVDs is fan art. Sort of a nice little nod to the fans who kind of kept the memory of the show alive all these years and and petitioned to have it put out on DVD. So good stuff. Now I'm almost out of tape here, so I'm going to switch tapes, then I'll come back and we'll continue with the rest here. I just got a couple left. All right. Welcome back. Yeah, Jace and the Wheeled Warriors was another one that I couldn't find at any local retailers, and believe me, I searched everywhere. Ditto Sonic the Hedgehog, actually. You know what really burns me up? Okay, there's another series that came a couple years after this called Sonic Underground. And at first I thought, oh cool, maybe it's like a continuation of this series, like the underground resistance against Robotnik. No, Sonic Underground is basically about Sonic in a rock band fighting Robotnik. It's a lot of the same people who made it, but just not the same show. But what really burns me up is I couldn't find this anywhere. But Sonic Underground, I can find everywhere. WTF, as the saying goes. This is the one everybody wants. This is the one everybody's looking for. Nobody gives a crap about Sonic Underground. Maybe the hardcore completists do. I'll probably get it eventually just to have it in my collection, but Sonic Sat AM is the good one. Considered by most fans to be the all-time greatest Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon ever, bar none. Although the original uncut Japanese version of Sonic X was pretty cool too. Not the Fox Kids version. Thank you very much. Okay, so continuing. These two I actually did see locally, but managed to find a better price online. So we have the complete series of The Legend of Zelda. This originally appeared as a weekly segment on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. And in this set, they actually do contain some of the original live-action segments that introed the show, with Captain Lou Albano as Mario. If you're a fan of that show, there's also two sets of Super Mario Brothers Super Show out as well. I don't think they include Zelda, though. They just include the Super Mario episodes. So, it's kind of nice. I mean, I don't consider this to be, by any means, a definitive adaptation of the Zelda games to animated form, but it's not without its charm. It's very cheesy, it's very tongue-in-cheek, and very silly. I'd really like to see, like, a full-blown, like just an epic continuing saga anime type series or something based on Zelda. I think it would be, it has the potential to be awesome, but who knows. Anyway, for now, this is basically it as far as Zelda cartoons go, and I enjoyed it. Actually, there's also Captain N the Game Master, which I believe also has Link and Zelda in it from time to time. And then finally, this one I did find locally, but locally it was about $60. I got it online for about half that price. Dungeons & Dragons, the complete animated series. Now, I know a lot of D&D purists are not big fans of this show because although it does feature a lot of creatures and such from the games, it's very much geared towards a younger audience. And it does have a cheese factor to it. But I used to watch this. I used to watch this pretty much all the time when it was originally on, even though I never really played the games very much. And I always really enjoyed it, so I was happy to get the complete series. And the other thing that's kind of cool about this is it comes with a little hardcover book. So if you want, it actually has like the characters from the show with a list of their stats and attributes and everything. So if you want to, you can actually play the game with characters and everything from the show, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Also, the series originally didn't have an ending. There was a final episode written, but it was never produced. So what they did was they dug out the original script, got one of the original cast members, excuse me, and then basically did an audio drama style presentation of the final episode. So for the first time anywhere, in any form, you can experience the final episode of the series, which actually wraps it all up. So that's pretty cool. So that's it. That's it for the DVD collection for now. Sorry I've been away for a while. I actually didn't mean to be away for so long. But there's another reason I've been away for so long. I mean, first off, I got a bit of a cold, which you can probably tell. But the other reason I've been away for so long is, well, we got a new toy about a week ago. But as to what that is, you'll have to tune in next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara.